Hi, friends. Okay, so this one is gonna be pretty straightforward as I usually try to do my own thing. So, you don't need anyone to help you or to help you to guide you to your own path, to make you find your own path. You are the path. I'm gonna say this one more time, and you're gonna let that sink in for a couple of minutes and do some introspective. Pause the video if you have to, okay? And understand what I'm saying here. You don't need anyone to help you find your own path or to guide you to your own path. You are the path. With that said, let's get to the core of the matter here, okay? There are many people on this platform right now talking about all of these things, all of these subjects. There are countless different people, creators. Um, there is a term that a lot of people use for people who create content. I'm trying to remember what is the term again. Um, I can't think of it right now, but if it comes back to me, I'll talk about it. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about it. Um, there is a word that people use, and I can't remember what it is. But the word itself, it's self-explanatory, and it's a big warning in itself. So here's the thing, that this is what you have to understand. There will come a point in your life where you won't need to be watching this type of thing anymore. This type of this type of video, this type of content is only meant to make you see things as they truly are. And then after you reach a certain point, you don't gotta watch nothing from nobody else anymore. Because at that point, you will have understood that you are all that you need to achieve whatever it is that you desire for your own life. You have always had all the answers within yourself. You are the answer to all of your issues and all of your problems. You are the path itself. Take some time for yourself to do a lot of introspection. Spend some time with your own deep silence and deep void so you can start to listen to the answers that you've been looking for, to whatever way that it is that you need to find what path should you take from this point forward. The problem with watching content from a lot of people is that there are many people out there, and I'm not here to judge anyone, okay? I am talking about what I see from my own experience in life and my own perspective from a lot of people out there that are putting this type of content out. You have to be very mindful of whatever it is that you are consuming from other people, okay? Because there are many people out there talking about these things, and that's not to say that they're not doing with a genuine heart and a genuine, you know, inner calling to try and help other people along their way. But what you have to understand is that there are a lot of people out there that are still in the process of healing their own issues, healing themselves. And a lot of these people, they project a lot of their own things into whatever it is that they are providing to you. And when you're listening to stuff, you may think it's not a big deal, but you can never forget about your subconscious, okay? Because your subconscious is the big player here when it comes down to everything that happens in your life. And that state of your mind that most people are not usually connected with or aware of it is the state of your mind that is calling the shots in your life and that is making things happen in a good or bad way for you in your own journey. This is extremely important for anyone to understand. This is very, very serious stuff, guys. I watch things from other people myself, okay? I like to see what others' perspective about certain things is when it comes down to the life journey aspect of it. And here's what I came to find out. Many times you may be drawn to certain type of people, you know, whatever the reason it is. But here's how you will know if whatever it is that they are talking to you and telling you about is going to really help you and make you understand the whole process until you reach that point that you can completely disconnect from this type of thing, and then you can move on with your own thing and just keep on going, because you, better than anybody out here telling you, giving you advice on what to do and how to be, you better than anyone knows. You know what you want. You know what you're trying to do. You know where you want to get. You always have, and you always will have all the answers that you need for whatever problem, issue, situation, circumstance that's happening in your own life right now. You are the answer. Don't ever forget that. And don't ever allow anybody else that you may be watching right now, including myself, to sway you from doing certain things if your intuition is telling you otherwise. That is why it is of the utmost importance that you always trust yourself first before trying to look for external guidance of any kind. This is serious. There are many people projecting things out there, and a lot of these projections, sometimes they are going to reflect their own inner state mental state, heart state, all of these things, okay? And you have to understand that sometimes some of these things, depending what they are or what is being talked about, spoken of, may not serve you well, may actually be detrimental for your own growth. I am extremely mindful of what I talk about on this channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Know that when I talk about anything that I talk about, I try to be very mindful of what I speak of, and I try to be extremely authentic as to how I am approaching anything when it comes down to spiritual matters and subjects, because I understand how powerful these things are in one's life. I understand how powerful it's been in my own life, how it changed my life in every possible way on a daily basis, and it keeps on happening. And I understand that some people, sometimes depending, how much exposure they get and this and that and all of these things, they might let the ego get in the way, and that's detrimental, because I'm not better than anyone. We are all equal here. And if there's people out there talking in any way, shape, or form that it makes you sense that they have this, like, how do I put this? It's I think that the right way to put it would be, savior complex or something like that. Like how you have these cult leaders and people like that they, they see themselves as some new form of Jesus or anything like that. Yeah. When you get any vibe like that from anyone talking about anything, click away immediately and never go back to it, because that's your intuition telling you, yeah, this person, no. So, there's going to be all types of content related to this subject of spirituality out there, where people are going to be doing what they feel is right. And like I said, that's not to say that they have bad intentions, but people have to be mindful of what they say and what they advise people to do if they are trying to really help people with their spiritual growth. Because like I said, you will come to a point, and once you start developing quick, and you will, especially if you have a lot of trauma and pain and things like that you have released once and for all, things that and it's like I said in my former videos, if you've been carrying some of this stuff for a very long time, the longer you carry this stuff with you, once you finally release and let go of these things, your growth is gonna be exponential. The way you will know is because you feel the change in your bones, in your flesh, in your blood, in every cell of your body. You feel this stuff. You're gonna start receiving messages out of nowhere. And it's not like these people that are out there channeling all kinds of things. I still have a lot of reservations when it comes down to that kind of stuff, because there are many things that can come through when people are doing things like this, and there are many entities from other planes of existence out there that don't always have your best interest in mind, and it's very hard to discern. You have to be extremely elevated, spiritually speaking, to know the difference between different types of entities. Be very mindful of that stuff. This word keeps being thrown out there a lot: channeling, channeling, channeling. What I've learned throughout my life, especially when I was in Gnostic institutions, is that it is taught that your vessel, your body, is yours and yours alone. And if you allow something else to connect with it, you are breaking certain universal rules. That goes against certain universal rules. So, the only thing that anyone should be channeling, and that's my personal view and that's my personal experience, okay? You can do whatever you want to do. Like I said, this channel is about my experience, my journey, and how I feel that is best to try and give some sort of guidance, even though you will reach a point in your life where you won't need guidance from anybody outside of yourself. Soon, you will know, you will feel. And then that's when you know it's time to just walk away from this type of content and do your own thing. You do you. Never forget that. Your life is your own. No one else should be dictating to you how you live your life and how you do things and what you do to get wherever you want to get. That is your job. That is nobody else's job. Never forget that. So, the way I feel about these things is that if you were to be channeling anything at all, it would be your own higher self. And that is all. And the way the higher self works is they never come out directly like that. It takes many lifetimes for you to completely reconnect with some of these aspects of yourself. The journey is long. The journey is not only long, but it's hard. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, guys. This journey is one filled with much work, much perseverance, much resolution of your own self-awareness, self-knowing, self-confidence, self-love, and everything else that comes with it. So, yeah, there are many people out there, and you know, they look happy about what they're doing, and it feels all lovey-dovey and bubbly and this and that. But don't forget, sometimes some of these things that are being said and told by whoever, including myself, discernment is key. Intuition is your most powerful weapon, your most powerful friend. Never forget that. Never, ever forget that. Your intuition knows it all when you're truly connected to it. So, be your own guide. You are the path. You are the way. It's always been that way since the day you were born. Never, ever forget that. And that is all I had to say here. I hope it was clear and to the point, like I usually try to do what I do. And with that said, my friends, I love you all from the depths of my own being. Never forget that. Love yourself first and foremost, always. And let yourself be your own path and your own guide. That is the best way and the best outcome possible for yourself. And I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, my friends.